Welcome to Author Toolset Tuesday with a quote from Fred Saberhagen, who said, "The same tools that make any writer good, plus a cheerful willingness to suspend disbelief." So what does that mean? For me, it means that there's many tools out there that I can use, but arguably the very first thing I need to do is to suspend belief about my own abilities and about what I'm trying to accomplish. Because so often there's less than perfect soundtracks running through my head that I simply need to ignore. Hi there, my name is Christopher D'Armani. This is kind of what I talk about today. And it is my pleasure, it is my passion to empower nonfiction authors like you, to turn your dream of writing a book into your published reality. And why is that important? Well, if you believe, like I do, that you were put on this earth to impact the lives of others in a positive way, writing a book is a pretty darn good way of doing that. It's a way to reach people around the world, people that you may never ever meet, and yet have a massive impact on their life. And so that's kind of what I want to talk about a little bit today, specifically in the form of what tool can we use to clear away the clutter in our mind so that we can focus on the job at hand, which is writing. Effective writing requires a calm mind, emotionally, spiritually, intellectually. A phrase I often use when I'm speaking about this is, a calm mind equals writing success. Think about that. Think about the last time that you sat down to write and you were distressed over something. My bet is writing didn't really come that easily. So if you're struggling to write today, it could be because there's some unresolved issues you simply need to deal with. It could be a big thing, it could be a little thing. It could be as simple as, a fight with a coworker, or, a fight with your spouse, or a fight with your kids, or something that's really easy to fix. Or it might be something that's a lot more complex and takes a lot more time, energy, and care, compassion, love to sort out, like helping a loved one through cancer treatment. Having been down the road with my wife, I can tell you that writing while your entire day is focused on making sure that her temperature is not getting too high, or that the medications are taken on time, or like all those things that go into it, and her emotional state, dealing with all that, it can make it very challenging to try and figure out, well, how do I write something today given like I'm mentally, emotionally, spiritually exhausted at the end of a day? But there's always a way. There is. The more complex the problem, of course, the harder it may be, harder it might feel to find that creative space where you can write effectively, write creatively, write from your heart. So if it's a temporary issue, simply just deal with it, get it out of the way. Don't let it grow and fester into something that becomes making a mountain out of a molehill. Don't do that. Just sweep that molehill away and be done with it. It's just a simpler, easier, more effective way to live. But if it's a longer, more involved issue, just make sure you're taking conscious steps to deal with that to the best of your ability, while trying to set some time in your day aside to do the thing that is important to you. For me, writing is massively important in my life. It's the way I share my expertise with you. It's also the way I share what's going on with me at the deepest possible levels. So simple things help. Daily journaling is a really great way to figure out what's going on up here. Because so often, it's not until we say the words out loud that we go, oh my goodness, that's what I'm feeling? Or when we write them down, that we go, wow, I didn't know until I put these words on the page that was what was going on. That's what the problem is. So embrace this idea of, embrace the process of telling yourself your own personal story. It can take just a few minutes. And what you might be astonished by is what shows up on that page. You might be truly astonished by that. So if you're struggling today, simply grab your favorite notebook and a pen, sit down, and don't do this on the computer, do this the old-fashioned way. Grab a piece of paper and a pen and write it out longhand. Spend 15 minutes jotting down what you're feeling in the moment and maybe why that's going on or what you think you can do about it. Allow your mind to flow freely onto that page and don't edit it first. Our natural inclination is to, well, what if someone sees this? Well, first off, this is personal for you. Burn the pages when you're done if that's what you're afraid of. It doesn't matter. What matters is the process of taking those, whatever's spinning around on the hamster wheel in your head, getting it out onto that page so you can focus on it and deal with it. And then free yourself up to move on and do what you need to do. when you're finished, filling a page or three, right? Read what came out. Read what came out and go, and to just take a moment to take it in first, and then what you'll probably discover is the same thing that I do whenever I do this. There's some really amazing clues on that page for how to solve the problem. Things that I hadn't even been aware that I had sort of already started amassing inside my mind. And the other beautiful thing that you might discover is that simply the act of writing down your thoughts like this was all that you needed to do to take them out of your head so the clutter was removed, and you're now free to write. And that's just such a beautiful space to discover, is that once the thoughts are out of here and onto that page in front of me, I can deal with them, I can cope with them, I can figure out what to do with them. But so often what I discover is I don't need to do anything. I simply need to set it aside and carry on with what I need to do today. And that is to write the next sentence, the next paragraph, the next page, the next chapter of whatever my current work in progress might be. So try that. See if it doesn't work for you. And I would love to hear in the comments what happens for you when you try this. I would also love for you to connect with me on social media, and the links to all my platforms can be found at authorcoach.click/Christopher. And there's a couple of other interesting little freebies there that may be of service to you as well. So check those out too. With that, have a fantastic rest of your day and embrace whatever tool is necessary for you to get that next page out today. If that's journaling or something along those lines, it's a fantastic tool that you can pull out and use any single time that you need. Try it. Let me know what happens. I'd love to hear. Have a fantastic rest of your day. I'll talk to you again tomorrow at 3 o'clock. Bye for now.